call the April meeting of the Anderson County Board of Education to order. If you would stand. Dr. Parrott's going to lead the pledge tonight.
All right. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We've got a couple of guests here with us tonight. The first is, I'll introduce Mr. Rick Meredith. He's going to come and talk to us about the youth leadership, and I think he's got some friends with him. So we will hear you gladly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the school board. We appreciate your support. We're here to celebrate 20 years of our youth leadership program. Our adult leadership program is actually 35 years old. And I've been proud to be part of the 10 years I've been at the Chamber to support and to facilitate the youth leadership program in Anderson County, which is a reduced version of our adult class and program where they get to see about government, ag, get to go down to the plants and see that everything in our county. It's a shortened version that they thoroughly enjoy. And 20 years ago, this school board voted to support this program to be run through the Chamber. 20 plus years of teachers that's helped us. It's just a great program to launch that. We've actually graduated over 500 and something students through this from Clinton High School and Anderson County High School. So we're just here to do a little praise and answer any questions you might have. But before you do that, we do have some graduates here and others. Come on, stand up, graduates, teachers, let's help with.
All right.
I actually graduated a few weeks ago. So great class. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll do it for 20 more years.
There you go.
So,
we're with you.
questions, comments?
I think, hey, if you're in the audience, how many people has been through the adult leadership in Anderson County? We've got a lot of them that have been through there. I've been through it too. Yep. So it's good. You all approve in our budget 2 people every year to go through it. And Christy's going through it, our HR director, and Ryan Sutton's going through it this year.
Oh, okay, great. 2 good people.
Yep.
All right. We'll welcome any applications if you guys like to join us.
Yes.
Hey, there you go.
Yep.
Okay. All
Yep.
right.
I know a guy that can take care of that funding.
There you go.
Hey, and if I can say something, the students, they do an amazing job. It is extra. They take this on. It's an extra class that they do, and it's great because we get Clinton and Anderson County students together, and they just bond so well and do such a fantastic job. And when you see them out, I get calls all the time that said, "Hey, your youth leadership was in our place. They were in here." And I want to tell you how proud you should be of them, the way they act, the way the questions they ask and things like that. So y'all do a fantastic job. So thank you all for representing Anderson County Schools. Great.
To follow up on Dr. Parrott, one quick story. I happened to be on the search committee for president of a college. And I'm going through all the resumes, and I see an adult leadership, Anderson County Chamber, and a youth leadership where they graduate. That's pretty impressive. They put it on a resume.
Yep. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You do
Thank you
have
all.
some information at your seat about that. So thank you all for being here tonight.
Yes. Thank you all.
You're welcome to stick around and see what all we're doing.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Now I'm lost. All right. We also have Taylor Bunch here with ASAP of Anderson. It's on. Yep. Yep.
Does it sound like it's on?
It's green. I see the green light.
There it is.
There it is. All right.
Does that sound better?
Yes.
Yep. 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 Thanks for being here.
My name's Taylor. I'm with ASAP. Just real quick, we're going to go over the Tennessee Together survey data results.
Okay.
So what that is, if you don't know, it's a statewide survey that's given to 8th grade, 10th grade, and 12th grade students. It's to help in the opioid crisis and to help us get a little bit better data about like what's going on specifically, what substance we're seeing, what mental health issues we're seeing come up. So just some general trends I'm just going to go over with you real quick. We did notice that there's 12 in county specific in the last 12 months. And to give you a better insight of like what 12% is of the students, that's 434 students. So that's a pretty big number, as well as there was also 33.9% of students who said that they were like restless or fidgety, as well as almost 30% of students said that they were nervous, 17 said that they were worried, and then 8% said that they were depressed. So there is some issues of emotional health and wellness. Again, this is 8th, 10th, and 12th grade, so it's not everyone, but it is a So some more general trends that we see with substance use, specifically specifically overall, we saw a decrease in substance misuse, except for with marijuana, there was a slight increase. Still considered a win though, decrease with everything else. With age range specifically though, the average age is around 13 years old for everything, and that's the average, so there are some younger, but they're also older. 6.7% of students reported that they vaped within the last 30 days, and that's our highest number, but there was also 3.9 with marijuana as well. And then to get a little bit more into depth, with the substance misuse, we saw among alcohol, cigarette use, nicotine, vaping, and then marijuana, and then other substances as well. We saw that females tend to use more than males do, and that also just indicated more of a mental health issue amongst female as well. I think that's kind of general overarching trends that we saw. Are there any questions about it?
I have a question. Do you have any way to compare our system with other systems surrounding us?
We can't compare our system or your all system to anyone else's specifically, but what we can compare to is across the state of Tennessee. So in comparison with Anderson County Schools, our Anderson County Schools data also includes all of Anderson County, so it is actually Anderson County and Oak Ridge combined. Each school district does also normally have like a split out of their own data set that you all can dive into separately if we need to, and kind of drill those numbers down a little bit further. But unless another district wanted to kind of partner with us and do that and share their data with us, there's no way for us to get their data unless they're putting it out publicly or if they're willing to share that with us. So most of the time it's Anderson County against the state of Tennessee.
So how do we do it against the state?
I have not seen the state data yet. We actually have a lot of districts, well, I guess not a lot, some who have not actually completed it yet. I know some of our neighboring counties, like Scott County, is actually, I think, in process of getting that completed right now in the spring. They had a bit of a delay because of the active passive consent stuff. And so once everybody actually participates, we will get that Tennessee data and we can come back and talk to you guys about that.
Has vaping increased a lot since everywhere I go I see a shop sitting somewhere or a mini mart, and is that can you tell a difference in 3 or 4 years ago compared to now?
Yeah, I will say that vaping has increased. I mean, I'm not in the vaping class, but overall it has increased, but vaping also, children don't often see that they kind of see it as like a safer alternative, and we're still kind of like myth busting, so yeah.
Now, the depression numbers, have those come down post-pandemic? I know there was a lot of that during the pandemic, so they're staying high. Okay. And we don't have a pandemic? Is there? We don't know why?
It's called cell phones.
I think we're still seeing the after effects of COVID and like what happened during COVID, and students who went through that still having kind of the after effects of being in isolation. What did that look like for them? Most of them not being around their peers for that long amount of time actually, I think, did a lot more harm, and we're just now starting to figure out what did that really look like for them. And so I think we'll continue to see those numbers fluctuate and obviously hope that they go down, but I think we're going to keep seeing this trend until we get through these groups of kids that were, you know, in our COVID classes, continue to kind of age out.
How many students have went through our vaping class this year?
Hello, so sorry, I just came from Cookville from a training. I'm Sarah, so I'm the one who teaches our vaping referral course. Currently, at this time, we've had 107 citations removed, so that's how many people we've had in our class. We do quarterly come and collect vapes from all of our schools and all of our districts, but overall, both districts, we've collected over 500 vapes that we've disposed of at a battery disposal. But as of right now, we've had 107 in our class.
They may not know, the board may not know what that class entails.
Yeah.
You want to just talk just a little bit about it?
Yeah, so essentially when a child gets caught with a tobacco product at school, they get a citation from their principal or their SRO, and they have to attend juvenile court because that is a violation of the Tobacco Act law. When that happens, juvenile court works with them to do their fines, but they come to a class with us. So I teach a class once a month on a Saturday morning. Parents have to come with the student. We talk for 5 hours about why they shouldn't vape, why it's bad, coping mechanisms, different ways to talk about vaping, and their parents kind of go and do their own thing. But once they're done with that class, they can take that certificate back to court, and the citation is removed off of their record.
Thank you. Yeah, we have a good partnership with them about that. Thank you for that.
Do you have any idea about, through those classes, why kids say they start to vape?
Most of the time, do you want to speak to that? Okay. So most of the time they will tell you stress, anxiety, depression. My dad and my grandfather passed away in the same year. I was 17 and had a baby. The biggest ones are depression, anxiety, stress, home life are the biggest indicators.
Thank you.
All right.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Yep. Moving on to resolutions, we have 2 tonight. The first is the Education Freedom Act of 2025. We have to pass this resolution in order for our teachers to get the bonuses. So we added a little to it. This resolution says, whereas the Anderson County Board of Education is charged with governing the school system so that students receive the best education opportunities in order to graduate prepared to enter a post-secondary institution or the workforce, and whereas the Education Freedom Act of 2025 includes a provision including one-time bonuses of no less than $2,000 to public school teachers in the state, and whereas Section 4 of the Education Freedom Act of 2025 requires that the local Board of Education for an LEA seeking to participate in Section 4 of the proposed act must affirm its intention to participate via a resolution in order to receive state funds to issue these bonuses. And therefore be it resolved that the Anderson County Board of Education affirms its intention to participate in Section 4 of the Education Freedom Act of 2025 relative to bonuses for teachers. And be it further resolved, the Anderson County Board of Education remains adamantly opposed to vouchers in any form or the use of public funds for private education. This resolution is adopted the 10th day of April 2025 of the regular session of the Anderson County Board of Education. Is there a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve the resolution for the Education Freedom Act.
All right. Motion by Ms. Williams, second. All right. Is there a discussion? We talked about this Monday night at length, so. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Thank you. The next resolution is, we did not talk about this Monday night, but it's something we need to do for our hazard mitigation.
And so we have an MOU with all the emergency management people, and so we are part of that group. And then there's an MOU that says that we will let EMS, we will let the emergency management, if there's a disaster, we come under them, and they coordinate stuff and everything like that. So that's what this says, is that whereas participating jurisdictions of Anderson County have worked together to develop a strategy known as the Anderson County Hazardous Mitigation Plan to improve disaster resistance and in the planning area, and whereas the Federal Disaster Mitigation Act of 2000, DMA 2000, pursuant to 44 CFR Part 201, I did not write this, and the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, FEMA, requires communities to adopt and approve a hazardous mitigation plan in order to be eligible to receive pre-disaster and post-disaster funding for mitigation purposes. And whereas the participating jurisdiction has participated in the hazardous mitigation plan by the formation of the mitigation plan committee, and whereas the MPC recommends the formal adoption of Anderson County hazardous mitigation plan by the passing of this resolution. Now therefore be it resolved that the participating stakeholders hereby approve and adopt the hazardous mitigation plan in its entirety with projects as adopted by the MPC and agree to be governed by the hazardous mitigation plan attached thereof and incorporated. The participating stakeholders authorize the appropriate participating officers and pursue funding opportunities for implementation and proposed design wherein, and upon receipt of said funding, the participation jurisdiction will continue to cooperate and participate in the hazardous mitigation process. Holding regular meetings include reporting of the process as required by FEMA, the Tennessee Emergency Management Agency, TEMA, and the MPC. The resolution is adopted on the 9th day of January 2025 by Anderson County Board of Education.
That's
So-
when I originally typed it, but I
Yep.
didn't fix the date until today.
Yep.
I was gonna say, okay.
All
Maybe
right.
we should change that to today.
Yep.
All right. All right. Any questions on that? That's another one we just have to pass to get the money.
Yep. We do not want to be left out. We don't want to have a flood and be left out in the cold.
Exactly. All right. Do I hear a motion that we approve this resolution?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
There's a motion and second to approve the Anderson County Hazard Mitigation Plan. Any discussion? Not all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. That is done. Thank you. No one registered to be heard for items on the agenda, so we will move on to the approval of the agenda. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the agenda. Any discussion? Anything need to be added? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Approval of consent agenda. That includes the regular minutes from last month, the human resources report, student services report, field trips, the expenditure report, the policy for second reading. We had no comments on that. And then sports schedules that you see there. Any of those items need to be removed for discussion? Then without objection, we will approve the consent agenda as presented. There was no executive approval this month. So comments from the chair, our above and beyond awards were handled in the school, and we didn't have perfect attendance because it was spring break. But I will say that we had a great turnout for the groundbreaking at Claxton Elementary School. We had lots of students and teachers. A shout out to my buddy Lincoln, who helped me shovel some dirt. And but we also had our staff. We had some commissioners, other elected officials, and also some business and community folks. So it was a great day, and the weather cooperated. And so thanks for everybody for making that happen. We're gonna celebrate that till we cut the ribbon. All right, we'll move on to comments from our student board members.
So I compiled all of my notes from the meeting that I missed last month into this month. So starting off towards the end of February, CHS DECA went to the state conference in Chattanooga. I actually advanced to the international competition in Orlando, and my sister is going to be attending as one of the 10 Tennessee DECA students in the International Leadership Academy. Youth Leadership, who's here right now, graduated from the program on March 5th at Faith Promise. I also had the opportunity to attend the Haslam Scholars Selection Weekend at the University of Tennessee, and was even more honored to be appointed a member of the Class of 2029 Haslam Scholars Cohort. Our Student Government Association led a successful day of 8th grade tours on March 21st. Upcoming freshmen were talked to by students of all grades, treated at Domino's for lunch, and learned about the clubs, sports, and classes that Clinton High School has to offer. FFA was really active in March. Towards the end of March, FFA chapter attended the 97th Tennessee State FFA Convention. They had 9 FFA degree recipients, which is a chapter record for our school. This degree is the highest award that Tennessee FFA can bestow on its members. It's a representation of the members' commitment to their chapter, community, and future. CHS is also named a Superior Chapter, an award that is given based on the rigor of program activity a chapter completes during the year. FFA also hosted an extremely successful car show fundraiser on March 29th. The Jazz Band has been in full swing, performing gigs at local elementary schools and an upcoming gig this weekend at Mosaic Arts Festival. Juniors also took the mandatory ACT towards the end of March. And to kick off April, CHS hosted travel to Chattanooga to attend the State Leadership Conference. We had one student, Leah Wyrick, place first in extemporaneous writing, health policy. We also had a mental health promotion competition group represent us at the state competition. National Honor Society elected its new officer team for the 2025 to 26 school year, with the president being Leah Hernandez, vice president being Kinsley Hutchinson, and secretary being Kylie Smith. Right now, varsity baseball is 7-13, boys soccer is 2-4, varsity softball is 19-6-1, girls basketball ended the season 10-16, and boys basketball ended the season 20-12.
All right, that's a double whammy, right?
Yes.
2 months worth.
There you go.
Exam season is coming up, which means the school has been very busy academically. The FFA greenhouse is now open from 8:45 to 5. Student Spotlight is coming up on April 17th, which is a really fun event to see what happens inside classrooms, so I invite you all to that. Prom is coming up April 26th at Reedy Square Events. Senior Awards Night is May 6th. Senior Signing is May 7th at 10:30 in the stadium. And as for athletics, tennis, soccer, baseball, track, and softball are having great seasons so far, and teachers versus softball's senior game is on May 9th.
Okay, great, sounds fun. All righty, thank you all. Moving on to the director's report.
Just a few things. One thing I want to say is I had the pleasure, along with a lot of other people, of going to Claxton Elementary School and Norwood Elementary School. They're going through the process of being STEAM certified. Instead of STEM, it's STEAM because they add the arts in there. And man, it was amazing. Those students and the students actually took the group around from the state and showed them all the projects they were doing and things like that. And to see the collaboration in the classroom, to see the thinking of these students, and I'm talking about from kindergarten on, and it just blew me away. I mean, I was like a proud parent sitting there, and I mean, it was just so great. So we hope that they will know in very short time if they're certified. Clinton High School is already STEM certified, so we're hoping that will go. And I've got to shout out to Amy Haney. We hired her last year. We've stole her twice from Roane County, and she's our STEM coordinator, and she's done a fantastic job of putting all this together. But one of the things was great is the schools have a take-home project every month, and so they have a rubric, and you have to say, okay, here's all the things that fit into this rubric, and here's what you have to do. Well, one of them was they had to build a prosthetic for something, and it was amazing. They had teddy bears that had a fake arm or robotic, and it was amazing. And the parents, how great the parents are getting into it, because they can't wait till the next month. And I'm saying like 60% of the parents, they're involved in it because they want to know what that rubric is, and they're calling people, they're putting things on their Facebook posts, and I mean, just the integration was that. So it's done a great job. I just got through with our Lunch and Learns. Me and Miss Smith, we did a Lunch and Learn with a group of students from all of our middle schools and our high schools. And again, so proud of the just the conversation that they have about their school and how they think their school is safe, and how they want to change these little things, and how they have a person that they can go to. Every one of them we asked, we said, do you have a person in this school, an adult, that you feel comfortable with going to with any problem you have, and that they will support you and help you. And every one of them said yes. And I mean, when we talk about just what ASAP was talking about, that depression, that anxiety and everything, and them having somebody they can go to, and it wasn't about the academics, it's about that whole child. So that was another good thing. And listen, they're resilient, because we would ask them a question and about cell phones, they say, we've already figured that out. We figured out how to, a Yonder pouch, or we figured out how to buy a burner phone and things like that. So, I mean, they're way ahead of the legislators about cell phones. So, but it was really good. I want to thank Rayanne Owens and Nutrition. They provided the meal and while we did that. And so we take the notes, and then we have a meeting with the principals and their administrative staff and say, okay, here's the thing. We asked 3 questions. What's going good? What needs to be tweaked, and what's off the rail? And so many times they wanted to tweak some things, but didn't have anything off the rail. And so that's a testament to the leadership of your schools and things like that. I hope that the art show didn't rained out tonight. I hope you get a chance. It's still on tomorrow night. We have art exhibits at the Kincaid House from K-12, from every school. Tonight, the ACCTC Culinary Arts, they're doing the catering of it, so it's a big ordeal. The other thing is, the Claxton School, we had our first meeting on Tuesday about it. We're ready to break ground just as soon as you all approve the contract, and it's approved across the street, so it's full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
And when are TCAPs?
TCAPs start Monday, and they go for the next 3 weeks.
Any other questions, Dr. Parrott? All right, we'll move on to the items, action items. First is the financial report.
The financial report, we had 1A and 1B. One was for $2 million, and the other one was for $311,000. That took into account textbooks, insurance adjustment, and the program support for our ECC program.
And the $2 million is for Claxton Elementary.
$2 million for Claxton Elementary School. Sure is. Yep.
All right.
And that's coming from our reserve.
Reserve, yes. Yes.
And is there a motion to approve these 2 appropriations?
I make a motion we approve appropriations 1A and 1B.
I'll second that.
All right. Motion and second to approve appropriations 1A through 1B. Any discussion? If not, roll call vote.
Ms. Beatty?
Yes.
Mr. Bell?
Aye.
Mr. Carden?
Yes.
Mr. Gillen Waters?
Aye.
Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Sounds like it carried. All right. Moving on to the transfers.
Transfers, we went over these indefinitely on Monday night, and we have transfers 2A through 2J, and I will take any questions on any of those.
All right. Is there a motion to approve transfers 2A through 2J?
So moved. Second.
Motion and second to approve these transfers 2A through 2J. Discussion. Not all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Thank you. Now we've got some budgets we need to approve. I think we can do
Yes.
B, C, and D together, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
we can.
Yeah, these are early childhood, the companion program, and pre-K
Yes.
budgets that we saw these Monday night. For those of you who think we're just whizzing through this, we have a workshop on Monday night where we discuss all these things in depth so we can move along quickly tonight. So is there a motion to approve these 3 budgets?
I make a motion, we approve them.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, motion and a second to approve items B, C, and D. Any discussion? Not all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, item E is our general purpose budget. We looked at that.
$77,767,000.
Does this go to county commission next week?
It goes to the 24th, yes. Yep, the 24th.
All right, is there a motion to approve the budget, proposed budget?
And I will say this budget includes a 3% pay raise for all staff.
Effective
Effective next year,
Effective
yes.
next year.
Yes.
So moved. So moved.
All right, there's a motion to approve
Second.
and a second. Any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Next item is cafeteria budget.
Make a motion to approve the cafeteria budget.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the proposed cafeteria budget. Any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Thank you. The next item are the salary schedules. We're proud to say we are going to reach our $50,000 minimum salary
Yep.
a year early.
Yes.
So that's at least if our budget gets approved.
Yes.
We
So that
talked
was a
about these
mandate by the governor that we had to be there by the 26, 27 school
Next
years.
year,
Next
really.
year.
Next
Yep.
year we are a year ahead.
Early.
And
Yes,
I
sir.
want to say, on the custodial especially, if you can go to that,
Right there.
I took some time to look through some other school systems, and I'll say this. We are, when they have the 30-year top out, we are right there now, even a little bit further along. The ones I looked at were topping out at about 15 years, but our rate of pay is now up even above what a Class A custodian makes. So we've done a good job
Yeah,
moving them.
I'm proud of that.
up.
And that 3% raise includes 60 cents an hour for all classified.
Okay. All right. Any other discussion on that?
I'll make a motion we approve. Am I too early?
No, I was just going to say, I think we had discussion before we had a motion on the floor. Thanks, Dawn. All right. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion we approve the 25-26 salary schedule.
Second.
In a second? All right. Any other discussion? All right. Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Next item is the science textbook adoption. We saw those
Yes.
Monday night. Everybody's got the same book.
Yep.
Dr. Pear will be able to look at his watch and tell you what animal they're dissecting in the 4th grade.
Exactly right. First time ever, they all picked McGraw-Hill. Usually there's a different book in every grade, and this is one. So, and this is a total of $420,000, and it will be this takes care of the online and the print edition for the next 7 to 8 years. 8 years. Yep. All we have to do is pay for shipping.
There you go. All right. That's why you have to take care of your textbook, because it got to last 8 years.
That's it. Well, they get a new one every year.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, that's good. then.
Yep,
All
they
right.
actually get 2 of them a year.
Oh.
They take them right in. Yep.
That's good.
All right. Is there a motion to approve the science textbook adoption?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion and a second. Approve the science textbooks. Any discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Next item is employed childcare pricing. We're going to
Yes.
increase that from $150 a week. The proposed rate would be $175 a week.
Yep. And that's still, the average cost of childcare in Anderson County is about $10,500 to $11,500, and this will be about $6,900. And that really doesn't take into account, because those 10 snow days that we had off, we didn't charge them for that. So that made it a little less. And this will put us, we'll still be in a deficit, but of about $14,000, but this year we're currently in a $44,000 deficit, so.
Yeah, our break-even point's 187.25. So
Yep.
even at 175, we're losing money, but
Yes.
it's a good cause. So all right, is there a motion to approve that increase in the employee child care fees?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second to approve that increase. Is there discussion?
We're just fortunate we're able to do that for ourselves.
Yes.
Really are.
Just wish we had more slots available.
Yes.
Because we could fill them up in a
Oh,
hurry.
yes, we could.
That's it.
Yes.
All right, any other discussion, comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. That is done. The next item is the Grand Oaks Elementary School sign request. They are looking to investigate putting a new sign at Grand Oaks. So, need a motion for us to grant them permission to move forward.
Make a motion, we grant them permission.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion about that?
They're not asking for money,
No,
they're just asking
no,
for
just
permission.
asking that they can start raising money to do it. Yep.
Any other discussion? Not. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, the other, item K is a policy we looked at Monday night. There was a request to add some things to what we already do, and we discussed that. So is there any action the board wants to take on this policy tonight? If not, we will. An elementary school contract for construction. It's the big one.
This is a big
We're
one.
very excited.
672 days, and it's 27 million and change.
Change. That's right.
Good answer.
What was this A101 on the agenda say?
That A101, that's just that's a standard form agreement between the owner and the contractor. That's just all that is.
All right. So, do I hear a motion that we approve this agreement between us and, this is Merit Construction? Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the Claxton Elementary School contract for construction.
I was hoping you'd make that motion. All right, is there a second?
Surprise.
Second.
All right, any discussion? Not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right. Any other items that need action tonight? All right, we do have one person who has asked to be heard tonight. Mr. Mullins, are you here somewhere? If you'll come to the podium, state your name and your relationship to Anderson County Schools, and you'll have 3 minutes.
I do appreciate the opportunity to address a wonderful school system under the guidance of Tim Parrott. Within Anderson County Schools, and my name is Nathan Mullins, by the way, within Anderson County Schools, there are a lot of my favorite people working hard to bring our most vulnerable resources up to speed, joining us in the race of life. I'm continually impressed with the altruism and generosity of these teachers who choose the burden of being there for the growing pains of our local families' most precious assets. Though, as most of you educators know, there are some tough realities that must be mercifully shared on behalf of the students and teachers that are pulled into the struggle between federal mandates and the overdrawn taxpayer. In this community, I've been advocating for parents for a few years who are often fleeced as taxpayers without representation. I'm speaking on behalf of these Moms for Liberty and Dads for Patriots, bringing a message of concern that our school system reprioritizes their funding in the face of new changes from the federal government. Funding specifically in school libraries in Tennessee will be cut soon. The best example of how, and perhaps why, federal money is held hostage has been because of Obama-Biden's insistence that in order to receive ALA funding, controversial and corrosive, age-inappropriate books must be part of a coercive deal. This bargain is how the feds force consent under pressure, ensuring compliance for their money. However, now we have a president who is listening to parents. So I'm coming to you to see that the children don't get stuck in the middle of the taxpayer versus federal power struggle. Also, in reference to the chart I've given to the school board this evening, Tennessee is more dependent and needy of these federal funds. I don't want to see our good teachers left vulnerable to necessary adjustments in excessive spending. Gratuitous use of COVID money was used up as of 2024. So,
You have
I would
30 seconds.
suggest that instead of spending millions you won't soon have, on social workers and their strange crusades on the taxpayer dime, this should be reconsidered, along with not allocating millions of dollars worth of time and training to take Title IX and VI protections away on the off chance that one trans kid will force the education department to sue us. So I'm bringing this for your consideration on behalf of parents with the intent of helping their children, as well as most teachers afraid to say so. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you coming before us tonight. Anyone else here that would like to be heard? All right. Any other business to come before the board tonight? If not, we will be adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.